Hi everyone, I'm Sarah and welcome to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys some back to school tips. Now you guys might be thinking, why am I sharing back to school tips now at the mid-time of the school? It's because I've experienced many points in this half of the school, online schooling, as everyone's experiencing online schooling. I thought I needed to improve some points and I improved it, and I thought why not share it with you guys. So here I am with some back to school tips which are going to help you for the other half of your online schooling. And now, without wasting any time, let's get started with today's video. First step is to make a planner or a notebook. What do I mean by planner is, now every day nowadays know what a planner is. Planner is something that has different types of sections in which they ask you questions like your mood or your to-do list, or you can write anything in that planner. Or if you don't want to buy a planner, you can even make your own planner at your home. It's really easy to make. You have to write your goals, budgets, notes, your homework and your important dates. You can make a small calendar in your planner and write all of your important dates in it, and you can decorate your whole planner with some motivational quotes which will keep you motivated to do your work, anything you love doing. If you don't want to make a planner, if you get bored to do anything creative, then you can just take a notebook, simply write your homework which you get every day, and just keep that book with you everywhere you go. So it will remind you every second you watch that book or you see that book. It will remind you that you have to do your homework, you have written that homework in it. It will remind you have to fill in this box or anything you have written in your planner or notebook. So this is the point which will be helpful for you to keep organized. Now, while you're attending online schooling, you need to make sure that you don't have any distractions with you. Now, what do I mean exactly by distractions is your phone. Your phone is the most biggest distraction for you. Even I had the distraction before, but I don't have it anymore. So when you are attending your online schooling or whenever you're doing even studying, then you make sure that you have just turn on the phone on the silent mode, and you're not using your phone in the middle, because the notifications will distract you a lot. Every second the notification comes, you will feel like I want to watch the notification. What is the notification? You will feel like taking your phone and watching it. So just keep your phone on the silent mode and do your study or attend your online lectures. It will keep you more concentrated on your studies or on your work, and it will not distract you. So just make sure that all of the notifications are off, or you have turned your phone on silent mode and your phone is aside, but you're concentrating on your studies or on your lectures. Next step is breaks. Now breaks, what I mean by breaks is when we are studying or when we are attending online lectures, of course after every particular lectures you get break of 10 to 15 minutes. So you need to make sure that you're utilizing that break really nicely. So whenever you're studying, if you're the person who studies continuously for 4 to 5 hours and loves to study, then make sure that you're taking breaks every 1 hour. So if you love to study, just don't be like continuously studying for 4 to 5 hours. It's gonna affect your eyes and your brain. You might get bored of that one day, and it will affect a lot to your brain and your eyes. Just make sure that you're taking breaks every hour. So if you're studying for 4 hours, then just make sure once you're done studying for 1 hour, you take a break, you just go and have a walk and just again start studying. It's gonna be really good for your brain and your eyes too, for your health too. So just make sure if you're studying for a lot of time, then make sure taking breaks on proper time. Next is organize your study space. Now if you're studying, if you're using books, and just make sure whatever things you're using, they're organized, because it's good to keep everything organized. Now whatever shelf you're using to keep your textbooks, your notebooks, your assignments, anything of your schoolwork, whatever place you're keeping all of those things, just make sure you have organized that place really nicely. Like for example, if you're using a shelf which is divided into 2 parts, and what you can do is you can divide it into 2 parts and make one section for notebooks and the other section for textbooks. It will be really organized. It will be easy for you to choose your books and be organized every day. So just make sure you have everything you're keeping anywhere, it's organized. It will be easy for you and it will look good. It's really good to be organized. Next is following routines. Now everyone is doing the same work every day. Everyone's attending lectures in the morning, having lunch in the afternoon, snacks in the evening, and dinner at the night. So everyone's doing some work in between those breaks, and everyone's having that same routine every week, only some different routines on weekends. So make sure that you change your routine a little bit. If your routine is boring for you, you can just take a paper, write down your whole routine, what you're going to do for the whole day, and make sure that you're following that routine. And yeah, when you're making that routine, make sure you make it the way you like it, and also it's having some study things which will be good for you. It's exercise, study and stuff. So just don't make it a lot of fun, and just don't make it a lot of tough for you that you won't follow it. Just make it a little bit good that you will like it and you will follow it. So make a routine which is good for you, you will like it and you will follow it properly for your everyday life, day-to-day life. Just make a routine like that and follow it. It will be really good. It will, your body will get a habit of that routine and you won't be able to stop that routine. It will be really good for your health also. Next step is take breaks and avoid social media. Now, like I said before, you need to take breaks, but I didn't tell you what you have to do in your breaks. Now, it depends on you what you do, but what many people do is once they are done with their lectures and they have a break for 10 to 15 minutes, they will just take their phone and scroll through social media. Even I used to do that, so I'm not doing it anymore. What you can do is just make sure that in the breaks, whatever breaks you're having, whatever breaks you're taking while doing study, just utilize it properly by not taking your phone and going scrolling through social media, but like taking a walk through your house, going on the terrace, taking some fresh air or doing anything. But don't take your phone, because you're attending lectures for like 5 to 6 hours, almost half a day, or like 5 to 6 hours, and when you get the break of 10 to 15 minutes, you need to utilize it by not scrolling through social media. Because when attending lectures, you're having your laptop or your phone in front of you, you're continuously looking at the screen for 1 hour or half an hour. So you need to make sure that in the breaks you don't do the same thing by scrolling through social media, taking your phone or doing anything on your laptop also. So make sure you, and also try to do a bit of study like homework or something like that, or just take some walk through your house, take some fresh air, play or do anything. But make sure you don't scroll through social media in your breaks, because it's gonna affect your eyes again. With the same thing, you might get specs, you might get headache by continuously, because of continuously using some technology things like phone and laptop, and because of that it might affect you a lot. So make sure you are utilizing your break time really nicely by taking proper breaks and by not taking your phone again and scrolling through social media. So just make sure you're taking a proper break. Next is find a good environment. Now, good environment has many points like good Wi-Fi. Now, what do I mean exactly by good environment is whichever place you're going to choose to attend your lectures or to study, make sure that no one's gonna come and disturb you. Like there is no sort of background noise, or there is no family members disturbing you, or there's a proper Wi-Fi also which will connect you and it will not disconnect you through your lectures. So just make sure that wherever you're sitting, you're having a good environment around you. And you can tell your family members, you can ask your family members not to disturb you till your online lectures, like the time when you're attending online lectures. And yeah, you can find a good environment. You can find a place where there's no one going to be disturbing you. You have a really nice your own space where you have all of your books and everything ready, your laptop and you and your lectures, and no one's going to be disturbing you. And you also have a really good network connection, a Wi-Fi, so that you can attend your online lectures really nicely. So make sure you're sitting in a good environment, finding a good environment. Next is organizing your school bag. Now, like organizing your study space, with that you should also organize your school bag. Now, nowadays no one's going to school, but at least you might be taking a bag and just putting all of your books in it and taking with you wherever you're attending your lectures, so that you have all of your books beside you. So whenever you're having any lectures, you can just pick one book and start studying. So you might be having a bag for keeping all of your books. If you don't have, then it's really it's not that big problem. But if you are having a bag, then make sure you organize it, because sometimes what happens is while attending schools, when you're going to schools, when you're having some things in your bag and you have not organized it properly, like you have placed your book in any of the compartment, your pouch is in any of the compartment, and nothing is organized, so you might not able to find anything which you wanted to find in your bag. You might not be able to remove that thing on your time, like on the time when you're told to remove your book, you might not be able to find your book because of all of the things not organized. You might not be able to find it really nicely. It's like a mess in your bag also. So make sure you're organizing your bag also by keeping notebooks, then textbooks, then pouch and water bottle or whatever you're keeping in your bag. So just make sure you're organizing that also. It would be really good if you'll organize that. It would be really easy for you to find any book or anything you're finding, and it would be really organized also. Next are distractions. Now previously when I said distractions, I meant phone notifications and all, but now distractions mean physical distractions. It's your family members or your relatives, whoever stays in your house. When you're attending lectures, sometimes they might have some work with you. They might come to you and they might tell, start talking with you or give you some work. So it might be a little distraction for you from your studies, or like you might get a really good distraction if you're concentrating properly on your studies. So make sure that you ask your family members that not to disturb you at least for those 5 to 6 hours when you're attending online lectures, and they will listen to you as they really want you to study. So just ask them not to disturb you for that particular time when you're attending lectures, and it will also prevent distractions and you will also concentrate on study. And the last but not the least point is revise. Now, revising is a really important thing. Now, whenever you're writing notes, just don't do like copy and paste. Like you're copying it from the other notebook or from your internet and pasting it. So just make sure not doing that. You're even recognizing everything. So just revise everything. And yeah, with that, if you are searching for answers from your phone, then make sure doing it like before studying time. So if you are having a study time from 1 to 2, and when you sit for studying you are not ready with your notes, you have to keep searching for it. So it might take you half an hour, or depending on number of how much notes you have. So make sure that your notes are ready before you sit for studying. So you just have to write it down. And yeah, even writing it down, you just don't have to look like copy and paste. Just look and write. You also have to revise what you're writing. Of course, you are reading before writing it. Every particular word you're reading it and then writing it in your notebook. So make sure while reading it, you're not reading words but sentences, so you will understand what you are writing actually, and you will also understand what the particular answer or notes you're writing is. So it will be a small revision for you. So if you'll keep doing that when you have to study for that particular subject, it will be really easy for you to study because you have already read everything, or you've already revised everything while writing. So it will be easy for you to study while your exams and stuff for that particular subject. So make sure you're revising, and make sure also ready with your notes before sitting for study, or else it's gonna take your time. Every time you sit for study, you're not gonna be ready with your notes. You have to keep searching for it, and once you're ready with your answers, it's time for you to keep your study and go and have your lunch or whatever work you have. So it's gonna take your time. So you might not be able to study on that day, and you have to shift it to the other day. So make sure you're ready with your notes before only. So when you sit for study, you're ready with your notes. Just have to write and also revise with it. So make sure you do these things. It will be really good for you for revision also, and it will also be easy for you for at your exams when your exams are coming. And yeah, that's it for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and I really hope these points were helpful for you. And even I am following these points, like I'm not done with all of them, but I've seen a lot of difference between the before and after. So I really hope you guys followed them, and do give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, goodbye.